Not even a tornado warning could hold them here in Texas as the women of Athletes Unlimited continue to make history in volleyball season number 2. Records were broken along with some hearts as 6 more games are now in the books. Aces are still high, but the cards are about to be reshuffled, so it's time to ante up. Who will raise and who will fold here in week number 3? Let's go all in and find out. Hello everyone and welcome to the Athletes Unlimited Volleyball Draft live from Fair Park Coliseum. It is week 3. I'm your host, Key Michael. I'm a former player for Athletes Unlimited, and now I get to hang out with you guys here and bring you all the action behind the scenes. I'm going to give you a little recap of last week. There were no sweeps last week, but the games were extremely tight. All but one was determined by less than 5 points. Lots of action to catch up on. But first of all, I'd like to welcome all of our Facebook Live and YouTube audiences, as well as our Unlimited Club members. If you're not already a member, you should just get out your phone, download the app on Athletes Unlimited, join the club, catch all of the stats and all of the scores from last week, as well as every week going forward. Something cool about the league, which you guys may or may not already know, is that every player gets to play for a cause, an organization of their choice. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. But first, let's talk about Athletes Unlimited scoring and how the players make their way into these captain seats each week. All right, players can earn points 3 different ways. Individual stat points, which are based on offensive and defensive performance. They can lose points for service errors, attack errors, like hitting the ball in the net or out of bounds, ball handling errors, like double hits or lifted balls. They can also gain points for things like aces, digs, kills. The second category is win points, and that's going to be the key to success in this league. When you win sets, you earn 40 points every time. When you win a match, you get 60 points. And then finally, there's the MVP points. They're on the line after every single match. Players vote for their top 3 players of the match. They get first place. If you get first place, you get 60 points, second place 40 points, and third place takes home 20 points. So these points are going to be allocated after every single game, and they add up. Alrighty. It's time to meet our captains. Finishing 4th on the leaderboard with 1,319 points. She's a first-time captain. She posted 4 matches with 200 or more leaderboard points this season. Ranks 5th in kills with 65 over 6 matches. Leading the team in purple, playing for and Mother, it's the legend herself. Opposite hitter number 13, Sheila Castro. Her facilitator is Deetra Collins-Parker. Already finishing in 3rd on the leaderboard, 1,413 points, serving as a captain for the 2nd consecutive week. She led the team in gold last week. She posted 49 kills and 17 digs in last week's 3 matches. She also leads the league in service aces with 8 so far. Leading the team in blue, playing for Compassion International, its outside hitter, number 45, Danny Drews. Her facilitator this week is Michelle Chapman-Smith. And finishing up in 2nd place with 1,455 points. She's back in the captain's seat for the 2nd time this season. She leads the league with 94 kills. Tied for the league lead with 3 double-double efforts over the first 2 weeks of play. Leading the team in orange, playing for Step Up for Mental Health. It's opposite hitter number 25, Karsta Lowe. And her facilitator this week will be Joe Trinzi. Alrighty, sitting in the top spot, 1,779 points to her name. She's serving as captain for the 7th consecutive week. That dates back all the way to last season. She's also tied up with softball pitcher Kat Osterman for the most weeks as captain. Her teams are 5-1 this season. She's the only athlete to earn MVP honors in all 6 matches she's played this season. She also set an Athletes Unlimited Volleyball single match record with 27 kills on Friday night. Leading the team in gold, playing for Starlings Volleyball USA, it's outside hitter number 81, Betania De La Cruz. And Fair is there helping her out with her decisions here today. They will also be helped by another facilitator, Lori Corbelli. All right, let's talk a little bit about how this draft is going to work. We're going to be here for less than an hour, so a lot to get done. It's action-packed in this draft. We have 10 rounds. Purple captain's going to make the first selection, and we're going to snake back and forth The purple and the gold team will be making back-to-back picks between each round. Captains have 2 minutes to make their pick, and there are some positional requirements this season. Each captain must take 2 setters, 3 middle blockers, 1 libero, and they also take 5 pins each, but they can choose between a mixture of outsides and opposite hitters. Alrighty, let's have a look at the players that are on the field. A lot of choices to make, a lot of players that are up for selection. There are 45 players eligible this week, including the captains. Lauren Stiverns is out this week due to an injury, so one team will enter the week a player short. A couple of players that I'm looking at. Nutsara Tomkom. She was the setter for 2 of last week's captains, both Shayla and Betty, so I'm curious which one of them is going to get to her first. Leah Edmond, she was #1 pick last week. Is she going to be a top pick again? I'm curious. But also middles. They are going to become a high commodity due to a couple of injuries. So I'm ready to see where everybody ends up and who gets picked. As mentioned before, each captain has a facilitator who's going to help them manage their teams, and you'll see those facilitators inside the Zoom rooms. But something else cool that we're going to do today, our courtside reporter, Savannah Collins, she's going to be taking us behind the scenes into the Zoom rooms of teams Shayla and Team De La Cruz. And we're going to talk to a couple of players and just hear what's going on inside the Zoom rooms as the teams are being formed. Alrighty, enough of me talking. Let's get started. Team Shayla, are you ready? You're on the clock.
Hi, my first pick is Nutsara Tomkom.
Alrighty, Nutsara Tomkom taken immediately. Shayla, there was no doubt. I'm so curious what the discussions were between yourself and Betty. Nutsara Tomkom, one of the top picks, no surprise. She was the first setter taken in the last draft. She played on the orange squad. She was taken in round 1, 3rd pick both times, and now she's popped up to first pick thanks to Shayla. So there she is jumping into the Zoom room. Alrighty. So blue team, Team Drews, you have the next pick. Who would you like?
All right, I'm ready, and my first pick is going to be Leah Edmond.
Leah Edmond, just as suspected, no surprise again. Leah Edmond was the #1 pick in the last draft. She played for the purple team. She finished last season in 15th. She had to leave because of shoulder pain, but she has been absolutely crushing it this season. She said she hasn't had any pain so far in her shoulder. So that's really good to hear. I know Savannah Collins, who was on the receiving end of some of that shoulder power recently on YouTube. You can check that out if you want to see it. But Team Low looks like they're ready. Who do you have for us, Karsta?
Our first pick is outside hitter Lindsay Stalzer.
Okay, Lindsay Stalzer off the board. She was also extremely effective last week for her team. Lindsay Stalzer went in round 3 last week, and now she's in round 1. She's creeping her way up. She was the 10th pick, and now she's the 3rd. Had a chance to speak to her mom, Joy, this week. She's so proud of her and just happy that she's back in the U.S. She's played in 10 different countries outside of the U.S., so finally back on home soil, and we're able to reap the benefits of having her around. Great pick, Karsta. Team De La Cruz, Betty and Fair, do you guys have a decision made?
Okay. My first pick is setter Carly Lloyd.
Carly Lloyd, another first round pick. So Carly Lloyd went in this exact position in the last week. She was taken 4th for the gold team, the first pick of the gold team, and she does it again this week. 2 setters off the board. Carly's the only non-middle to be in the top 5 for block points with 132. So not only can she put up absolute butter, but she is a force at the net defensively as well. which is great to see. So, Betty, you do have another pick right away. Do you already know who it is? Alrighty, let's hear it.
My second pick is Libero Nomaris Vélez Agosto.
Nomaris! Noma back with Betty. I'm not shocked at all by this pick. You two looked like you were having way too much fun together last week on the orange team. And I'm always curious when players are selecting their teammates from last week, trying to build a new squad with some key members, and Nomaris was absolutely key to the orange squad. Her boyfriend Giovanni is here. He was a little bit too shy to get on the key cam. Maybe we'll get him next week. Team Low, let's hear it.
Our next pick is outside hitter Madison Villines.
Number 23, Madison Villines. Another outside hitter. She went in the second round last week, so no surprise that she's still a top recruit. This time she's going to be playing on Team Orange. Last week she was on the blue squad. She graduated from Kansas just a few years ago, but a local Texas girl. So fans will be excited if you come out to Fair Park. Team Drews, do you have a selection for us?
Yes, I'm ready. My next pick is going to be outside hitter Cassidy Lichtman.
Okay, Cassidy Lichtman. She is one of those players who brings so much to her squad. She's such a well-rounded player. Not only brings experience, but also just a lot of trick shots, a lot of rolls. Just knows what she needs to get done on the court. She's been doing this longer than some of these players were even in college. So Cassidy Lichtman, it was a family affair this week as well with her brother Josh and her dad Grant in the building. So Cass will wear a different colored jersey. She's worn purple 3 weeks in a row if you include the draft. And now she's going to be in blue. She won't have to do her laundry every single night. All right, Shayla's got the next pick. We're in the last pick of round 2. There's some discussion. Shayla has her first week as a captain. So the other players looking a little bit more comfortable and making quick picks. Shayla choosing her lottery numbers slowly and wisely. So there's a lot of YouTube chatter. If you're watching on YouTube, I see a lot of Brazilian fans sending purple hearts your way, Shayla. All right, Shayla, if you're ready, go ahead.
My pick will be Erin Fairs.
Erin Fairs, another Texas local. Not surprised to see her go. She's the second highest in good reception points with 178, but it's probably not her reception that's going to get her picked. She's one of those players that just goes up and absolutely crushes it when she has a chance. Loves to celebrate as well. Just the personality. Brings some spunk, brings some fire to her team. All right, Shayla, should we start off round 3?
My second pick is Calais Mao.
Calais Mao and her ukulele heading to Team Purple with Shayla. Calais Mao wearing purple for the second week in a row. Again, her family was here. Her boyfriend, Shalani, who plays for the Patriots. We had a little chat, got to learn her love story on how they met. He claims that she spoke to him first, but she denies. All right, it's time to go into the draft room. We're going to hang out with Savannah for a little bit. Savannah, what's going on with Team Shayla?
Thanks, Key. I'm hanging out with Team Shayla right now. Nutsara, you and Shayla got to play together for the first time last week. Tell me about that connection you all were able to form in week 2.
Simmons is out this week due to an able to form in week 2.
Oh, Shayla first.
I go first. Oh, I really like to play with Nuti because of this.
Yeah.
I did her like my first pick. I have a good connection, and I think we can do great again.
Yeah. And me too. I would love to play with Shayla because it's just one of my dream to play with her.
And now you got picked by her. Shayla, I heard you all talking through your strategy as you're watching those other picks be made. For Team De La Cruz, you said it was no surprise seeing Noma get picked. Does being able to predict who might be picked on the other teams help you make your decisions today?
Yes, for sure. We never know, but like Betty, I know her a little bit better than the others, so I think right what she did. In the others, I knew that they would pick outside hitters because they are opposite, so we always need outside hitters.
Definitely. Team Shayla, thanks for letting me hang out. Key, we're going to head back to you and keep rolling. Appreciate it.
All righty. Thanks, Savannah. It's so interesting that we heard Nusara say it's been a dream of hers to play with Shayla. I feel like it's been a dream of many players. I actually felt the same way last season when I got to be on the same court as you, Shayla, so I know exactly what she's feeling right now. But here are the athletes that are remaining. A few middles, mostly all the middles. I don't think any middles have been taken as of yet. A couple of setters are gone. One libero was the first pickup. Alrighty, Team Drews, are you ready for your pick?
Yes, we are ready for our next pick, and we're going to be taking setter Natalia Valentine Anderson.
Natalia. Another one of our Olympians from 2016. She was the captain of the blue squad last week, so she'll be back in that jersey that she knows well. So she is tied for third in ace points with 60 points. And that leads me to let you guys know that for every ace this season, Aspiration is planting 10 trees. And after 2 weeks of competition, players have registered 95 aces, so that's 950 trees. Great math, Key. Committed by Aspiration. Danny Drews is actually the first in aces with 8. Lauren Stiveren's right behind with 7. She came right off the board with 4 aces in the draft week as well. So very impressed by everyone's serving statistics so far. All right, Karsta, are you ready? Not yet? Okay, we'll give you a little bit more time. So far, Karsta has 2 outside hitters. She has no setter, no middle, no opposite, no libero. Excuse me, she's an opposite herself, so that probably is where she'll be playing. If I were to guess, she'll probably pick up a middle now. Maybe Jenna Rosenthal, Veronica Stone. A couple of players that have been impressive in the last couple of matches. All right, Karsta, if you're ready, who would you like?
Sorry for the delay. Our next choice is middle blocker Taylor Sanbothi.
Okay, so I was right with my thoughts that you might want to pick up a middle, but it's Sanbothi that she takes. Sanbothi, one of the most impressive middles I've seen play. She brings just such aggression. She loves a bit of cheer afterwards as well. If you've heard her mic'd up, you know what I'm talking about. She likes to talk a little bit of trash as well as have fun while she's playing. She was the MVP of the Puerto Rican League this year, so definitely someone you want to have on the same side of the net as you. Team De La Cruz, you have the next pick. Do you know who you'd like?
My next pick is opposite Falling Fonoimoana.
Fallen Fonoimoana. Opposite who came over from the beach. She's also one of those top ace scorers with 60 points. She played on the purple squad last week, heading over to gold now. Love to see it. Alrighty, so if you want to see it, you can come in person here at Fair Park Coliseum. Tickets are now on sale. We're going to play double headers every single Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday of this season. All you got to do is visit auprosports.com. You're going to see the complete schedule. You can purchase your tickets, and you can just come hang out with us and watch the highest level of volleyball in the USA happening right now. So Betty has another pick, the first pick of round 4. Do you already know who you'd like? All right, go ahead.
My next pick is outside hitter Deja McClendon.
outside hitter Deja McClendon. Another one of the players that adds a lot of variety and a lot of sportsmanship and a great teammate to have on board. I had so much fun chatting with her dad yesterday. He's so proud of what she's doing and happy that she's back stateside so he can watch her play. Her sister as well. A lot of hugs after the games yesterday with the whole family affair. All right, Karsta, who would you like to see?
Our next pick is middle blocker Jenna Rosenthal.
All righty, Jenna Rosenthal is off the board. Middle blocker extraordinaire. She was taken in the second round last week. Played for the gold squad. Has the second most block points with 156. So she will team up with Taylor Sambothi at the net. Dynamic duo. Interesting to see what middles get chosen for what squads, because some middles are more comfortable behind the setter, some are more comfortable in front. Both those two can do it all. All right, Team Drews.
All right, our next pick, we're ready, is going to be a libero, Morgan Hentz.
All righty, libero Morgan Hentz. She was someone that Karch Karai told us to watch out for. She mentions that effort, attitude, and focus are the things that she thinks about when she steps on the court, and I can tell you that is exactly what shows in her play. Had a chance to speak to her mom, Karen, on the sidelines during the matches. There she is dropping into the Zoom room. Exciting to see these teams forming and what players are going to be where. So Morgan Hentz in the blue jersey this week with her captain, Drews. All right, Shayla has the last pick of round 4. So let's have a look at what she has so far. She has a setter. She has 2 outside hitters. She's an opposite herself. She might want a libero. She might want a couple of middles. So Erin Fair's a big hitter, a little smaller of the players, so maybe she'll want a bit of height at the net. Same with Nutsara, extremely skilled in her position, but do we want someone a bit taller? So Shayla has 45 seconds left on the clock, but she's ready. Alrighty.
My next pick is middle blocker Eri Shu.
Middle blocker, Eri Shu. So she's another one of the players that's bringing a service game as well as a blocking game. She has 60 points for her aces. She was on the orange squad last week, taken in round 5. So now she's heading into the purple squad there. So here's a look at who's remaining. I was expecting middle blockers to raise in their value since a couple of players are missing due to injuries. 3 liberos are still on the board, but of course liberos will be automatically assigned. There are only 4 teams and 4 liberos. One team doesn't yet have a setter. Again, you can see 2 of those players with an asterisk. Those players are eligible to be drafted, but perhaps still on the injured list. All right, Shayla, are you ready? All right, go ahead.
My next pick is middle blocker Eli Bastianelli.
Alrighty, Ali Bastianelli is off the board, another middle blocker. So she was 6th in blocks last season when we finished the first season, and now she is most blocks. She has 168 points. So she's one of those players that will be very effective and important in the blocking lineup. All right. Team Drews, do you have your choice?
Yes, we have our choice, and we're going to be taking middle blocker Ronica Stone.
Ronica Stone. She got a chance to play a little bit more this week and absolutely showed what she could do. And that's the thing, when you do get the chance to be on the floor, it's really important to show what you're able to do. And she's done that, and she gets selected. Alrighty, so we're going to go over into chat with Danny Drews about her cause. We mentioned it earlier tonight in the introductions that the athletes play for something that's more than just themselves. They can earn money throughout the season for their causes equal to 50% of their season bonus. And that entire program is powered by Give Lively. So Danny, I want to ask you about your cause partner. What made you select Compassion International?
Yeah, I selected this foundation just because they take a holistic approach to child development by blending physical, social, economic, and also spiritual kind of factors to help children in poverty and to help set them up for success later on in life. So they do like this long-term approach, and yeah, it's just something that I really stand behind and I think is an awesome organization.
Awesome. And that's what's really cool about Athletes Unlimited. Every player gets to choose what's important to them and what represents their values. And so I'm really happy that you were able to choose that for yourself. Alrighty, Team Orange, you have the next pick. Team Low, excuse me. We're in round 5. Do you already know who you'd like?
Our next choice is libero Amanda Benson.
Benny off the board. Amanda Benson, second in digs with 425. Only 5 points behind Morgan Hentz, who has the most dig points. But she's the next libero to be taken. So you'll see there's only one libero left on the board. She probably won't be chosen until later on in the rounds, not because of her abilities, but just because she will be automatically assigned to Team Purple. Alrighty, Team De La Cruz, who would you like?
My next pick is middle blocker Taylor Morgan.
Alrighty, Tamo goes to the gold team. Tamo, you will notice her by not only her play, but her pink headband and matching shoes to go along with her skills. Alrighty, if you want to dress like the pros, if you're looking for all the new Athletes Unlimited volleyball gear, just check out our jerseys, our tees, our hats, all of it. It's there. It's available at shop.auprosports.com. If you want to get this sweet dig set kill shirt that I've been rocking all season long, here it is. It's my favorite, and it probably could be yours too. For the low, low price of, actually I don't know how much it costs, but go check it out. There's the merch shop and all of the stuff you can get. All the t-shirts, all the hats in the fan shop on location. But if you can't be in location, check us out online. All right, Team De La Cruz, you have another pick. It's round 6. Do you need a little bit more time? Still has a minute left on the clock. So far, Betty has taken a setter, a libero, an opposite, an outside, and then a middle. So might she need another middle? Let's see.
My next pick is middle blocker Rachel Farah.
Rachel Farah, number 33. She played for gold last week. She went in round 8 last week, so she's climbing up the ranks into round 6. And she's going to head over to Team De La Cruz. There she is, popping into the Zoom room with her headphones. I think I have the same headphones. They're comfy, noise canceling. So Team Low has the next pick of round 6.
Our next choice is setter Alicia Childress.
Setter Alicia Glass-Childress, a USA bronze medalist, teammate of Karsta's in 2016 in the Rio Olympics. Also, I had a chance to speak to her husband, Josh, a former NBA player, They have their 3 kids in market, but there's no discussion over what sport they're going to play. No argument. Josh said if they want to play volleyball, he's happy with that. Happy wife, happy life. Alrighty, Team Drews, who would you like?
All right, so we're ready for our next pick, and it's going to be middle blocker Liana Sebelden.
Liana Sebelden returning from last season. She finished 11th last season, and she's been doing really well this season, climbing up the ranks. She's going to be strengthening the blue squad with Team Drews. She's been wearing blue for 2 weeks in a row, so she's no stranger to that color. Team Shayla.
Ready?
Go ahead.
My next pick is Molly McCage.
Alrighty, another middle blocker off the board. She heads over to the purple team with Team Shayla. Alrighty, she may or may not be, she's eligible for the draft. She may or may not be playing due to injury, but we will see. She's certainly one of our stronger middles, so she is on Team Shayla. All right, fans, now's the time to get out your phones, open up your Athletes Unlimited app. It's time to earn points for tuning in. Enter Draft Day 30 under fan codes and get 10,000 points. It's not too late to download the app today. It's available for free in the Apple or Google Play App Store. You can find all the stats and scores from every single game, and we're giving away points all season long just for tuning into the games and the drafts. Better yet, you can come see us in person and just rack up those fan points that way. But any of you that are watching on Athletes Unlimited Facebook or YouTube, there's the fan code. Alrighty. We get ready right into round number 7. Team Shayla, you have the next pick.
I will go the next pick with opposite Taylor Fricano.
Opposite Taylor Fricano, one of our international players, has an Italian passport and speaks Italian, as we heard yesterday in the chair chat with Kevin. Taylor Fricano played for gold, then orange. Now she's heading over to purple. Peanut the Poopy is her puppy's Instagram if you want to follow along on that too. Okay, just to refresh, that fan code was actually incorrect. It's not draft day 30, it's draft day 11. If you were following along on YouTube, you already know that because I saw them pop it in there a couple of times. But that's what you're going to do if you want to earn the points for watching today. You're going to get 10,000 points. They're going to add up. So pop it into your Athletes Unlimited app. All right. Team Drews, you have the next pick. Are you ready?
Yes. Our next pick is going to be outside hitter Jamie Peterson.
Outside hitter number 48, Jamie Peterson. She has the most points right now on the board for good reception, so she's going to be brought into the blue squad to stabilize the reception a little bit. There she is, popping in. This is my favorite part, when everyone gets to see each other, smiles all around, and you got to really start to see the team forming. Blue team shaping up. Love to see it. All right, so Team Low has the next pick. She still has a minute and a half on the clock, so no rush. Let's have a look at who she's already got so far. She's got a couple of outsides in Lindsay and Madison. Herself as opposite 2 middles, libero and a setter. Who's she going to take next?
Our next choice is setter Taylor Bruns Tegenroot.
Taylor Bruns Tegenroot. She was taken in the 9th round last week, so she's climbing up to the 7th to head over to the orange team with Team Low. She's been classic and clutch as a serving sub so far. Doing a great job. Really great all-rounded player and person. Love to see her. All right, Team De La Cruz. Who's next?
Wait, please. Wait. Okay. My next pick is opposite Erica Wilson.
Opposite number 26, Erica Wilson, coming out of Arizona State. She played for gold team on the first week. Then she was part of the blue squad, and now she's back on gold with Team De La Cruz. Alrighty, let's have a look at the broadcast schedule. Here's where you can find us. As I said, we're going to do double headers every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But the first game of this week is going to be on Athletes Unlimited YouTube, so you have no excuse not to watch it. Put it in your schedule right now. We've also got double headers on FS2 on Friday. Then we've got CBS Sports Network on Saturday. So make sure you tune in. You can watch all the volleyball action and the key cam on the sidelines. All right, Team De La Cruz, you have the first pick of round 8. Who's it going to be?
My next pick is setter Rai Santos.
Rai Santos. She is back with De La Cruz for the second week in a row. She was on that orange squad that almost went undefeated with Betty last week. Betty dropped her first match of the season. Alrighty, we're going to head into Team De La Cruz and chat with Savannah Collins. Savannah, what's going on in there?
Thanks, Key. All smiles here in Team De La Cruz. I have a question for the first round pick, Carly Lloyd, as the setter of this team. I'm looking in this room at all these offensive pieces. How excited are you as you're starting to brainstorm the creativity that you can bring with all these heavy hitters that you've got in this room?
I mean, you've said it. I'm so stoked. First of all, I've been playing against Betty for so many years, so I am pumped to be on the same side of the net as her for the first time ever. Same with Fallon and Deja. I'm like, first of all, Pin's so excited. I've had Taylor and Rachel on my team before, and I'm excited to take the court with them too. Yeah, I think Betty's doing a great job, and I'm really, really excited to get started this week.
Your first week playing with Betty, but for Noma, this is a repeat for you. Do you ever get tired of hearing your name called on the draft by Betty? I gotta wonder, like, does it feel so good every single time?
It always feels great. I love our chemistry, so let's do it again.
I can feel it already starting in this room. You guys have been having a blast. Thanks for letting me hang out, Team De La Cruz. Back to you, Key. See y'all.
Thanks, Savannah. All right, I want to let you guys know you can bring your team out to a game if you have a group, if you have a lot of friends and you want to see in person. There are great perks for group purchases. You can find ticket prices, group benefits, theme games, and all the info at auprosports.com. Check it out. Come hang out with us in Fair Park Coliseum. You can see these legends playing together. Alrighty, Team Low, it is your turn. Who would you like to take?
Our next choice would be Shadair McNeil.
Shadair McNeil, opposite hitter, number 50. She got a chance to get on court a little bit more this past week and prove what she could do. She did a great job. I had a chance to chat with her husband, Joshua, on the sidelines as she was playing. It's really fun to see family that are here in market get to watch their people playing live and in person. All right, Team Drews, who would you like?
Our next pick is going to be setter Tori Dilfer.
Setter Tori Dilfer. She played on the gold squad last week. Before that, she was on the blue team. In scrimmages, she was on purple. She's only missing an orange jersey in that lineup, but she's back on blue here today. So the blue squad starting to shape up. Drews has 2 middles so far, 2 outs, 3 outsides, 4 outsides even. Let's have a look at what Shayla has. She's got the next pick. She has her setter already. She has herself and one other opposite in Taylor Fricano. She's got her 2 outsides in Calais and Aaron. 3 middles, so she might take another outside here. Does not yet have her libero, but as mentioned before, Hannah Lishman will be automatically added to Team Purple. So if Shayla's smart, she'll make every pick except a libero and then automatically get that at the end. So Shayla, are you ready?
I'm ready. Our next pick is libero Hannah Lishman.
Alrighty, she's taking her libero right now. So no more liberos left on the board. They've all been delegated to their teams. Shayla, you have another pick right away. If you're ready, you can take it. Yep, go ahead.
And our next pick is Ari Cruz.
Ari Cruz. Normally a much higher draft pick than today, but she has that little asterisk by her name. Potentially injured, but eligible. So she'll head over to Team Purple. Team Drews, you've got the next pick. Who would you like?
All right, our next pick is going to be middle blocker Emma Willis.
Middle blocker Emma Willis. One of the players on the sidelines that brings so much energy. She gets really involved in those sideline dances. Had a chance to speak to her about it, and they come up with a different one for every single player. So impressive. So watch out for that if you're watching this weekend. Team Low, there are 5 players left on the board. Who would you like? Just as a reminder to our Unlimited Club fans, if you stick around for the post-draft virtual meet and greet, you'll have a chance to speak to team captain Karsta Lowe, Orange team captain, for this week. Can chat about all her picks, why she chose who, what she wanted, and what she's hoping for in this squad. All right. Karsta, do you know who you want to add to the Orange team?
Yes, our next choice will be middle blocker Tina Bow.
Tina Bow, back on the board after being out last week. She is heading over to the Orange team. Tina Bow played in the Orange team on week 1, so she'll be comfortable in that color. She's a barista in her free time. Sign me up, I'm a coffee addict. Team De La Cruz, you have the last pick of round 9. Who would you like on your team?
My next pick is outside hitter Noami Santos.
Noami Santos Lam, the last Puerto Rican on the squad. So last week, Team De La Cruz was quite international. Had players from 5 different countries and from Puerto Rico. She's a little bit more local this time around. Just 3 countries represented, it looks like. Alrighty. We have 1 more round, but there are only 3 players left on the board. So we're just going to do a couple of calculations, make sure every team has what it needs. There are 2 pins left and 1 setter. All right, there's going to be a forced pick because Betty can't take any more outside hitters, opposites, or setters, so she's going to be skipped. And we're going to head straight over to Team Low. And Team Low must pick an outside hitter or an opposite.
Our next choice is Naya, middle block, pin hitter, Naya Crittenden. Sorry, Naya.
Naya Crittenden, pin hitter. She can be used as an opposite or as an outside. She can even be used as a middle. I think last week she had to fill in for one of the players that came out with an injury. So get you a girl that does everything. Naya on the board for Team Orange and Team Low. Team Drews.
We're going to be taking, wait. Sorry, she's not on here. I think, okay, we're going to be taking Nikki Withers.
Nikki Withers, yes, added to Team Blue. So that's the last positional requirement, which means Team Castro takes her second setter. Go ahead, Shayla.
We're going to pick Val Nicholson.
All righty, Val Nickel heads over to play with Shayla on the purple team. So that is it. The teams have been drafted. They are set in stone, but I'm going to give you a reminder of the lineups. Here's Betty's team in gold, Karsta's in orange, Danny Drews has the blue squad, and Shayla in purple. So excited to see Shayla and Nutsara playing together, as well as Carly and Betty. Very exciting lineups all across the board, and I can't wait for matches to start. Finally, as a reminder, here's where you can find us. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. That first game is going to be on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, so tune in to Athletes Unlimited YouTube page. You can find that match as well as highlights, as well as mic dubs, as well as behind the scenes. So much is happening on Athletes Unlimited YouTube. Check it out and check out all these matches. But once again, thanks to you guys for joining us for the Athletes Unlimited weekly volleyball draft. We're going to see you on Wednesday night when we kick off on YouTube. But until then, thanks from everyone. See you next time.